Stand by. Jeopardy music playing now. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, got the message that it's not going to work. So it should be coming on any second. There we go. All right. I want to welcome in everyone looking in on our Facebook live stream, those of you looking in on YouTube, those of you looking in from all over the world later in the weekend within your ministries that choose to share this as a message within their community. Welcome in everyone, an all inclusive community here at Unity Prosperity Ocean International. I am Reverend Dr. Stephen J. Kuzmina, bringing these to you every week from here in Fort Walton Beach, and we're glad to have you here. I do this along with my First Lady and yours, Tanae K. Kuzmina. And with that, I'm going to ask Tanae to come out and share our daily word to get us going here this morning. I got you spotlighted now. You're good to go, Tanae. The camera was moving around a little bit, but it's all yours.
Everybody. Stephen says it, I guess, because it's St. Patrick's Day. We're supposed to say top of the morning to ya. So I don't know if I said that right or not, but anyway, good morning. Today is Sunday, March 17th, 2024. And today's word is prayer.
Isn't she adorable?
I feel the presence and power of God as I pray. In the Revealing Word, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore described prayer as the most highly accelerated mind action known. Never heard it put that way, but that is right. This awareness is my comfort and assurance as I release my worldly concerns and feel the presence of God. As I pray, I immerse myself in the silence so I can be still and know. From this place of deep communion, I relax and focus my attention on the divine ideas of life, love, wisdom, strength, and order, which are always mine to claim. As these spiritual truths flourish in my consciousness, thoughts of my troubles and worries fade from my mind. In the past, I may have believed prayer was a way of asking God for help and solace. Now, I understand it as one of the best ways of helping and uplifting myself. And from the scripture, Psalms 46, chapter 46, verse 10, it reads, "Be still and know that I am God." Amen.
Well, thank you, Tanae, and top of the morning to you as well there. I got a whole bunch of St. Patrick's prayer, St. Patrick's Day prayer, but I don't have time to go into them. So I'll see if I can post them later on today. So welcome in, everyone. Good to see you back. We got a full house here. We're going to take a dive right in because we're continuing our talk about change. Let me fix the camera here a little bit and the angles and all that. There we go. All right. So we're continuing to talk about change as we have been all month, and that'll continue next week when Tanae delivers the message. I'll be down in Unity of Naples, and Tanae will be taking care of the Sunday message right here. Nothing changes on your end, except Tanae will be in front of the camera, so that will be a much more pleasant experience and easier on your eyes. So don't forget to tune in here, and we'll talk about more about that when we wrap up today. So, feeling excited and ready for change. What's that all about? You know, American inventor and entrepreneur Charles Kettering once said, "The world hates change, yet it's the only thing that has brought about progress." And it's true, isn't it? I mean, progress. Something had to change in order to progress, right? All month we've been discussing how change is occurring and how it is occurring at a pace it seems to get faster and faster and faster every day. And as humanity even is speeding towards this evolutionary, which seems like an evolutionary leap in consciousness. And if you turn on the news, it seems like a leap backwards. So, but changes are occurring in our individual lives and in the life, even in this ministry. We have new things taking place and new announcements that will be made, and things growing and evolving. Some of these changes in our lives, some changes are expected, some are complete surprises, some are pleasant, some are devastating, some we orchestrate, others come out of the blue. Where is the blue anyway? Is that the sky? I don't know. Talk another talk for another day. But in some changes, we can see the immediate good. In others, we're hard pressed to find it, at least for a while. But change is happening. And I stand in absolute and complete knowing that all change is for the better, and that all change occurs because our souls, the essence of who we are calling that change for us so that we might expand and evolve. Hang in there with me on this. We've been looking at Neil Donald Walsh's book, When Everything Changes. And here's another quote from his book. He says, "We've all heard it 100 times, and it seems incredibly trite to say it again now, but here we go anyway. For every door that closes, there's another one that opens. It doesn't matter what you've lost, your job, your house, your spouse, your credit, your dream, your hopes, even your health. It doesn't matter what you've lost or what has so drastically changed. You can start your life all over again and achieve even greater heights. I promise you." End quote. So today we move our series forward by looking at a powerful, powerful tool for feeling excited and ready for change. But first, let's do a real quick review of last week. We looked at the tools, or at the tool of choosing to change our choice of inner truths, really our beliefs, right? But we called them inner truths last week, and taking the perspective that there is a third reality, which is the realization that what we think is going on and what we think about what we think is going on is not what is really going on. There's something higher going on, right? Remember? Ah, yeah. Remember that? And then we explored the tool of choosing to change our idea about change and move into the realization that all change is for the better. Now, I want to look at, just take a moment and look at an example of that tool. And you may have heard of him. I heard of him, Franz Joseph Haydn, Hayden. It's, composer. This whole thing is exemplified in the life of this composer, Franz Joseph Haydn. And I saw his books all the time working in music stores and being in the music industry, but maybe you haven't heard of him. He exemplified this, although he didn't know it. As a small child, Haydn was trained to sing and was taken at age 8 into the cathedral choir of St. Stephen's in Vienna. There he sang solo parts and received valuable musical instruction, as well as earning his living. He was a member of this choir for 9 years. But then a monumental change occurred. Do you have any idea what it was? His voice changed. Yeah, his voice changed. And when that happened, the director fired him and turned him out into the streets. At 17, he lost the only life he had known, and he was penniless. Talk about big change. Whoa. Excuse me. Yet he took what he had learned and went on to become a teacher and composer. In the year 1760, he was made musical director at the court of a prince of Austria. He held this position most successfully for 30 years. Then the prince died, and the musical group was disbanded, and Haydn, now 58, was once more without work. Yikes. Like in 58 years old in those days was ancient. So another big change, not one of his doing either. But he refused to be ruffled. He accepted commissions for two composing and conducting ventures in London. And there he began doing some special teaching with a special pupil for a time. You might have heard this name. His name was Beethoven. So he began teaching Beethoven. Now, he had now, in this position, had leisure time to enjoy his fame and his many friends and to write some of his most famous works, such as The Creation and The Seasons. Twice in his life, he had been cast aside, but each time he built a new and better life. Because whether he did it consciously or not, he lived the tool we explored last week. All change is for the better. And yet, as I said last week, even if we install these two tools, realizing that something higher is going on and that all change is for the better, changes can still look like they're not for the better. They can look really, here's a big word for you, yucky. That's a high and holy spiritual term, by the way. They can look yucky and really scary, you might even say. If all things happen for the better, and this really is true, then what the blazes does God have in mind with this change I'm going through right now, you might say? Because things sure don't look any better. In fact, they look a lot worse. How often have we said that to ourselves, right? In the midst of change. I'm trying to see the good in this, but man, oh man, I'm immersed in this, and it seems to be going downhill. And that question leads us to where we stopped last week and to our next tool for our spiritual toolkit. Our tool for today says change your idea about why change occurred in the first place. Change your idea about why change occurred in the first place. Why the change occurred in the first place is a biggie. It's a real big biggie, a really big biggie. This change, stay with me on this. This change didn't occur because we live in a scary world that is out to get us. It didn't occur because we've been bad or misused the law and are now experiencing the consequences. It didn't occur because we are in the wrong place at the wrong time and now we need to make the most of it. We now need to make lemons out into lemonade. No, none of these things. Take a deep breath. Hang in there with me on this one. Stay till the end. Take a deep breath in, let it out. Are you ready? The change occurred because we wanted it to occur. Now, you may be thinking right now, ah, I don't think so. I can hear some of you. I've known some of you for a long time. I, I don't think so. This thing I'm going through now, I don't think so. I most definitely did not call this change into being. No way, Jose. No one in their right mind would want a change like this. And I get it. And if you're thinking this, you are correct. No one in their right mind would choose something like this. But your mind didn't make this choice. Your soul did. Your soul made this choice so that you could evolve. So, my friends, you're not a victim of this change, but rather you are the cause of it. Hang in there. Now, this idea can be difficult to grasp. I get it. Difficult to grasp without a clear, very clear understanding of who we really are, of our true identity, of our divine identity here on this earth plane. Without this understanding, well, this doesn't make much sense. Neil Donald Walsh in his book suggests that in order to deepen into who we really are, into our true identity here on this earth plane, we must look at life's four fundamental questions, which he asked and then just allowed the answers to flow through and to him. Okay, it's in his book, page 190 to 199. Here's the questions that he asked. The questions are: who am I? Where am I? Why am I where I am? And what am I doing here? And I want to read to you the answers that he received. All right. So who am I? Number one, the answer. You are an individuation of divinity. There is only one thing, just one thing. And all things are part of the one thing that is. Life is God expressing itself. You are part of life. Therefore, you are a part of God. The only way this could not be true would be if life and God were somehow separate. Such a thing is impossible. Number two, where am I? I love this answer. It says, Neil Donald Wright, he writes, you, this was his download, okay? His download from Spirit. He says, where am I? You are in the realm of the physical, which is part of what you call heaven. The sadness is that you do not think that you are in heaven. And so your imagined reality is that you have to get there. In fact, there is nothing you have to do, nothing you have to be, and nowhere you have to go to experience paradise. Merely look upward on a starry night, or outward over a foaming ocean, or toward the skyline at dusk or dawn, or for that matter, into the eyes of your beloved. You are in heaven, and you are calling it something else, and you are acting as if it were something else. And so, of course, you have created it as something else. Love that answer. All right, number three, why am I where I am? You are where you are because in the realm of the spiritual, you can know absolutely who you are, but you cannot experience that in relative terms. And so you ventured into the realm of the physical so that you might gain a world of experiences. All right, number four, what am I doing here? You are here to use the tools and devices, which include your own body, by the way, that are only available in the realm of the physical to bring you the world of experiences your soul wished to have so that you could come to know your true self in a tangible, physical way, in the same way that you know yourself in the realm of the spiritual. This Walsh calls the system of the soul. This is who we are, where we are, and why we are here. I love this recent note from the universe. I get these notes from the universe from Mike Dooley, which is right in line with Walsh's system of the soul. The universe says, would it be enough to know that long ago, when the two of us carefully mapped out your pending adventure into the jungles of time and space, the hills and valleys you would traverse, the setbacks and advances you would encounter, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and all the lives you would touch, when our planning was done and the big picture was revealed, you burst into tears of joy, overwhelmed with its perfection and who you'd become. Oh, yeah, you'd cry like a baby. Walsh's wife, M. Claire, wrote this beautiful poem about the system of the soul. She wrote, I am that I am, and so much more. The light, the sound, the living God on the ground. I could show you every feather in the wing, every color and hue, every beautiful thing. But I am that I am wants to love whoever has not yet had it, whatever has not yet known it, however life's not yet done it. There is still so much loving yet to be found, just living God on the ground. I love that. And so, friends, change occurs so that we can live a greater degree of God on the ground. Everything that changes at your direction. You want it to occur because you are continually choosing the perfect people, places, and conditions with which to experience what you next seek to experience as you move forward in the process of the evolution of your soul. But that doesn't mean it comes without fear. I love the Dilbert comic strip. There's a Dilbert comic strip, and Dilbert says to an office colleague, he says, change is easy. You go first. Yes, it can definitely be scary. I get that. Oh my gosh, do I get it? And I love the a new acronym for fear. I don't know why this is. I probably saw it before, but it's escaped my radar. But I absolutely love this new one because we've always used the one that's been around for years, right? False evidence appearing real, or the one we say tongue in cheek, forget everything and run. Well, that's a good start, but Neil Donald Walsh has a new one, so much better. It takes us up to an entirely new level. And he says fear is feeling excited and ready. I know it's a stretch, but let's go there. Feeling excited and ready, going along with this idea about fear. Here's another note from the universe. Throw another one in here. Fear, like joy, usually means that you're exactly where you should be, learning what you're ready to learn, about to become more than who you were. Woo-hoo. Feeling excited and ready. Feeling excited and ready. Feeling excited and ready. Are you feeling excited and ready? If so, say after me, repeat this after me from the comfort of your own home or wherever you are. I am feeling excited and ready for the good this change is bringing. My soul brought it on so that the I am that I am might more fully live God on the ground. Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you did not do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. So, as we've done in the past weeks, I want you to bring into your mind, into your heart, whatever change is coming up for you and you're going through right now, and allow yourself to feel any fear there might be around it. Just feel into that good old fashioned fear. It's okay. We have to touch these places. We have to confront these shadows. We have to walk into them. Just breathe that for just a moment or two. Be with it. It's okay to feel it. And now we're going to shift our perception about the fear. Realize in your mind and in your heart that this fear you are experiencing around this change is really your soul feeling excited and ready for the newness this change is bringing about, for the expanded way of being that will result because of this change, for the opportunities and experiences that will happen because it happened. Realize this fear is really the essence of you, feeling excited and ready to jump into life at a new level, at a new depth, at a new height. Wow, that feels good when we go about it, when we make that shift in consciousness and go that way. I want to invite you to move into a very brief meditation and reflection. I don't know if I've used this before, from Reverend Linda Martellowitz, the former Vice President of Silent Unity Prayer Ministry. Let me see if I can put on a little. Oh, I didn't record. I better not do that. It's just brief. I'd invite you to take a deep breath, maybe close your outer eyes if it's safe for you to do that. Of course, if you're listening to the recording and you're driving a car, operating machinery, watching small children, keep your eyes open. But if not, if you're in the comfort of your own home and it's safe to do so, close your outer eyes, take a deep breath, and drop from your head into your heart, into an awareness of your soul, which is that God on the ground, God pressing out into visibility. This place we call the Christ, where we strive to live from, living as the Christ. Allow these words to be the meditation of your heart. In this moment of keen awareness, I open to a reality beyond my humanity. I command my mind and heart to recognize I am divine. I rise into realization that every aspect of me, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, is divine. The Christ that I am is infinite life and love. I am the Christ breathing life into my noble intentions. I am the Christ beholding the divine in everyone. I am the presence of resurrected life. As I shine the light of life, I champion others' knowledge of their wholeness and well-being. I am the light of divine love. In my embracing presence, people glimpse their true nature. They heal and renew. They live and love. In awe, respect, and appreciation, I declare this as the truth of being. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Take another another deep breath with me and let yourself gently come back to this time and place when it's comfortable to do so. I invite those of you on back behind the curtain, so to speak, on Zoom to hang in there with me for a minute. And I will end our Zoom feed over to Facebook. I just want to thank all of you looking in on Facebook, on social media, on YouTube, and ministries around the world. Thank you for your time. We enjoy spending it with you every Sunday morning. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week in 7 days a week on Morning Inspiration. Don't forget, next week you have a treat. Tanae Kusmina will be sharing the Sunday morning message. Until then, we'll see you next time.